So basically what I'm gonna tell you is, or show you, is let's say Katie is unconscious, right? All right, so what we do at the fire department, especially if somebody's unconscious, I need to know if they're really unconscious. So I'll give them a sternal rub. Just get your knuckles straight ahead, kind of rub on her chest. Katie, you okay? And she won't say anything. The second thing, if she is having an overdose, she's gonna be somewhat cyanotic. Circumferential cyanosis around her lips, are a little blue. She just doesn't look right, okay? I can't tell you which my thoughts is behind that, but for you, she doesn't look normal, okay? She didn't look like she did yesterday or the past 15 years or whatever, right? So then I was like, man, and I know that she does something. Or I can assume that she does something, but she's just not responding to me, so I'm worried about her. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open her eyelid. I'm not gonna touch her. I'm gonna open her eyelid and I'm gonna look at her pupils. Her pupils, if she's on some type of narcotic, they're gonna be very small. We call them pinpoint pupils, really, really, really small. To the point where you go, wow, this ain't just because it's really bright in here and your pupils shrink, it's really, really small. So, and then after that, then I'm gonna say, hey, I have Narcan. Let me put my phone down, Siri, call 911, or I'm gonna dial it, right? So we gotta get first responders here because they can help take her to the hospital depending on the severity of her overdose. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out my trusty Narcan, right? And this is a nasal atomizer, meaning it shoots a mist into your nose and it's absorbed through your nasal mucosa, right? That's the best way. Back in the day when we started, you had to start a line, shoot it in the vein, and that's how you got them around, right? So that was a lot of work, okay? So I'll pull this out, and this is what that looks like. Has anybody not seen this by now?
I haven't yet.
Right, all right. So it's really easy to use. You have a little red button underneath. That's the button you're going to push. Once you push it, it's going to retract in, and it's going to mist it out like using fluticasone or any of those nasal sprays you use at home, right? It's the same concept. Flonase, all of them. I use fluticasone because I have allergies. So that's how that works. So you're going to place it, and I'm not going to place it in her nose. You're going to place it in your nose like this, okay, to the bevel's in there, and you're going to push that in, all right? If she's laying on the floor, we call it prone, which is face down. You want to lay her on her side, then give this. And then you want to leave her on her side because maybe she comes around. And if she's used drugs of some sort, this is going to reverse the high, right? It's going to replace either the fentanyl or the heroin or whatever narcotic she's used. It's going to replace that on her synapses, all right? And then it's going to, sometimes she can have projectile vomiting, right? It just depends on the severity or the strength of the narcotic that she used. From there, we'll give it, wait 2-3 minutes. Hopefully EMS is almost there. On average, it takes us 5 to 7 minutes to get somewhere, right? That's why the stations are strategically placed. You have 18s over here if you live downtown. You got 4s behind me over here. You got 45s right across the Trinity. So you ask me, I'll tell you where they all are. We got 59, so that'll take a while. So we'll just trust me. We got a bunch of them. All right, so once she's laying down, you have her lay in the recovery position and to see if she comes around. If she doesn't within 2 to 3 minutes, you're gonna give her the second dose, okay? Usually this comes in, you have this in one pack. We keep 2 of these together to make 2 doses, all right? So the second dose, you go in the other nostril, you do the same thing I just spoke of, and then hopefully she'll come around by then. That's the name of the game, to get them to come back. Typically, if it's a true narcotic emergency, she's gonna come back and she's gonna say, hey, what's going on, what's going on? And if she's a true addict, she really don't wanna go to the hospital. I've seen that time and time again, right? They're like, oh, I'm good. And I'm like, man, you almost died. You were this color, right? You know what I mean? And so, and they'll say, no, I'm fine. If they have someone there, then they'll like, okay, I'm good, and they'll get up and walk off. But, you know, if you can and you can persuade them a lot, talk to them and say, hey, why don't you get treatment? That scared the hoo-hoo out of me. I'm very scared. I don't want you dying. And that's my whole goal with the Dallas Fire Department, is to not, is to do no harm. We want to make sure that you get the help you need, get the Narcan so you can make a decision to quit when you're ready. We're not forcing anybody to do anything. We want to make sure that you don't die. And if you don't die, then we want to get you treatment at a different facility of your choice, depending on your insurance and all that. We don't want to get into that.